everyone, it's Jenny, and I'm here with Dr. Taniesha Burke for Parenting the Fascinating Way. Thank you for joining us. We are going to be, or Dr. Burke is going to be talking to us today about how to handle back talk. And I do want to say one thing, because I've heard you refer to yourself as Dr. T, and I keep calling you Dr. Burke. So what do you prefer?
I prefer Dr. T.
All right.
Yeah.
So Dr. T, she is going to be helping us out today on how to handle back talk.
Yes. So parents, back talking is one of those things that trigger us a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it tends to happen when our children are in, say, middle to late middle childhood. So they're like in the tweens and also teenage years, where we're seeing more and more where we may say something to them and they back talk. And for us, it's something very disrespectful. But we need to understand the root of back talking. When children back talk, it's because they feel a sense of being powerless. They feel disrespected. And for them, the only way they can feel a sense of belonging is when they act as if they're the boss, act as if they're in control, because something that you are doing with them take away their sense of empowerment, take away their sense of who they are as an individual. So one of the main things to remember is that a misbehaving child is a discouraged child. So when your child is back talking, they're really discouraged about something. So there are several things that you need to focus on to make sure that it doesn't escalate. One of the things that you can do is just simply withdraw from the conflict. So your child is back talking, and what normally we as parents would do, like, what did you just say to me? How dare you disrespect me? That is just going to escalate the situation even more. So take yourself out of the room. Either you go take a shower, you just go somewhere separate, and say to your child, you appear to be very hurt or, displeased. Let's have a talk when both of us emotions are calmed down.
Mm.
And it's from there that you can then have a conversation. The other thing is, don't try to punish your child because they're being disrespectful. Again, every misbehavior has a root cause. And your child is back talking because they are feeling a sense of being powerless, and they're feeling disrespected, they're feeling dispowered. So you need to realize that it's not just that they're doing it because they want to do it. So try not to punish your child. The next thing you need to do is examine yourself and think, wait, have I been teaching this kind of behavior to my child? That kind of self-reflection can be quite daunting for us as parents. But ask yourself if you have been teaching this kind of behavior to your children. And if you have been, then you need to, first of all, apologize to your child. Let them know that, I've been teaching you to communicate in this way by shouting and back talking and so on. And it's not healthy. Let's try to create some kind of solution. Another thing that why children tend to backtalk to is that we tend to be very demanding and also disrespectful to our children. So instead of saying, sometimes we as parents say, pick up the toys. And remember, children are human beings, and as human beings, they're naturally agentic, which means that they, create meanings of their own experiences. They want to protect their autonomy. So when you come to them in that kind of aggressive way, it's natural as a human being to want to protect yourself, even from your parents. And one of the ways they will do it is through back talking. So instead of being demanding to your child, you can ask curious questions. So what do I mean by that? So instead of pick up your toys, you can say, what do you need to do with your toys now that you're done playing with them? Which one do you think would be more receptive? It is a curious question. Right? Instead of saying, go to your room, a child will back talk. No, I don't want to do that. I'm not going anywhere, or I'm not going to do it. The thing to do is, look at the time. For example, if it's bedtime, look at the time. What do you need to do now based on the routine that we have? And the child will look at the time. Oh, it's my bedtime. They're more likely to agree with you. So it's really important that we have to treat our children in a respectful manner. When they're back talking, they're literally communicating to me that you're being very disrespectful, you're being very unkind to me, and I am fighting back. So you as a parent you literally have to pull back and examine yourself. When the emotions are calm, this has worked well for me. Ask your child why they felt the need to talk back. I've had that experience with my son, and he would say, examples like, I thought you were being unfair to me. I
Mm.
thought you were being mean to me. And
Mhm.
it's because I told him to do something, but I didn't give him options. So what parents can do is give your child limited options. So instead of saying, go clean your room, you can say, you can clean your room right now, or you can go do your reading. Give them options to choose from so they feel more autonomous
Mhm.
as human beings. So it's really important you sit with your child and say, what's going on? Why did you feel the need to communicate with me that way? Are you hurt? Because you can say, oh, I can see that you're hurt and you're angry right now. Do you want us to have a talk later on? And then you need to also tell your children, when you speak to me in that disrespectful way, I'm not going to respond. I'm just going to leave the room and we can talk about it later. One of the best places to
Wow.
resolve any kind of back talking
Mhm.
is family meetings.
Okay.
Because when you have your family meetings, you can say, what is really going on? Whenever you are to do X, Y, or Z, or say something to you, you respond in a negative way by back talking. But when you're doing it, you're not doing it in an interrogative way. You're not doing it in a condescending way. You're doing it in a curious way so your child feel comfortable with you to say, when you do these things, I feel really bad. I feel like I don't belong. I think you're being unfair. I think you're being mean. When your child start using those kind of words to describe your behavior, please don't be offended and think you need to you need to be defending what it is that you did. What you can do with your children is like, okay, what's the solution you think that is best for us as it relates to this particular topic? And your child may say, I think you were unfair because you may choose my sibling over me, or you don't give me enough time to finish my work. And you come up with solutions. So it's important not to take back talking as something, to be offended about, but remember, there's a purpose behind the behavior. And it is because your child is feeling powerless or feeling disrespected, and you have to examine yourself. What kind of condition are you placing your child under? Are you being too demanding? Are you setting them up to fail? Are you not hearing them? Those are some of the things you need to examine. And once you come up with solutions to these particular topics or issues that the child is back talking about, you will realize that you don't have back talking anymore. And I can say I'm a parent who don't have back talking anymore. When my son has an issue, he goes to the book that we have with the agenda for the family meeting, and he puts it in there. And then in the next family meeting, he's like, I thought you were unfair about this and this, and we need to renegotiate. And I don't agree with this, that kind
Oh,
of
I
thing.
love that.
So
Renegotiate.
so he's now empowered, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Empowered to be the person he wants to be. So I don't have back talking issues again. So just remember, parents, that back talking a misbehaving child is a discouraged child. Your
Mm.
child is discouraged because you're either doing something that they see you as unfair, or you're not doing enough of something that they would want. So maybe you're not connecting with them enough in a calm, loving, respectful way. And they only think the only way I can feel belonged, the only way I can feel connected is to be a boss and to use my power, even though it is in a negative light. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I have a quick question. I keep
Yeah.
thinking, in that moment, is it appropriate if you're calm and you see that they're reacting
Mm-hmm.
defensively to you, what if you say, is it appropriate to apologize and say, I'm really sorry I upset you? Um,
Yes, you can. You
like,
can. You can say, it seems like you're really upset by
okay,
what I've said or what I've done, and I'm sorry about it. When you're calm, I'm open to us having a dialogue about it. But you don't try to have a conversation when the emotions are high, because even as adults, we don't hear each other when we're really emotionally charged. So
yeah,
they said, I'm sorry. It sounds like, what I did or what I said offended you. I'm sorry about that. Let's talk about it when we're both calmed down. When you're ready, come to me and we'll have a chat about it
okay,
and find
that's
a solution.
beautiful. I love
Yeah.
that. Thank you so
Because the
much.
whole part of being, parenting the fascinating way, it's all about respect.
Yes.
When your children feel respected, a lot of the behavioral issues start to disappear. And I know my tips may go against the grain of what some parents may think, but he's being disrespectful. Yes, it's because he feels discouraged.
Yeah.
And once you remove the discouragement, then everything will fall back right in place.
Fabulous. And I do want to add, it's called Parenting the Fascinating Way because Dr. T is a trained and certified fascinating womanhood teacher. So she brings an element of that to everything she does, really. She is a very fascinating woman. So if you study the ideal woman, I think there's so many characteristics of the balanced angelic and human characteristics. For example, understanding men, or I like to say just being understanding, an understanding
Mm.
human being that plays so well into becoming a healthy parent or healthy parenting technique. So check out Fascinating Womanhood. And Dr. Taniesha Burke's website is just TanieshaBurke.com. So we'll make sure that that's in the post. And please like, comment, and share. Go ahead.
And if you also want to join the Facebook group where we do a lot of discussion about positive parenting, you can look up positive parenting with Dr. T on Facebook.
Fabulous. Thank you. All right, everybody watching, thanks again. Please like, comment, and share. We'll be back again next week with episode 12 with a topic that will be a surprise. Surprise.
Right.
All right. Have a great day. Good to see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.